Hi, all. This is Dr. J streaming live from Long Island, New York, waiting for my C++ class to file in a little bit at a time. Let's give it a minute or two. I'm going to share screen as I load my compiler, my IDE. And let's see what we can start with today. Probably the assignment statement. You know what? I should take a look at YouTube and see if Bucky has something on the assignment statement. Bucky has a million tutorials. This is not bad. It's not Bucky. Oh, it's beautiful playlist. Okay. Variables and creating a basic calculator. It's not bad. Basic arithmetic. I'll skip through.
Your business idea needs a website, so go to Wix.com. I know what you're thinking, another Wix ad, but before you skip, think of...
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to your fourth C++.
Okay, let's see who's here now. All right, we have Jonathan. Hey, Jonathan. So Jonathan is here. I'm going to take attendance today. I have to turn in my attendance verification roster. So I'm going to do that today. In a little while. Howie? How are you, Howie? Christina? Yes, I received your email. Thank you. I didn't get a chance to look at it, though. I think I got it today. Naji, how are you? Tenzin, how are you? Mehdi is here. Arvin. Wrong email, huh? Okay. Abdallah, hi. Is that class for Saturday? This class or that class? If you're in my Saturday class and you want to sit in on this, that's okay too. I don't care. I don't mind. Let me go to LaGuardia and take attendance, the LaGuardia webpage. We go back into share screen. Before I do that, who wants to join me on camera? I appreciate if somebody would join me. You should all have a camera and a microphone. Anybody? Tension, how about you? You want to join me? I'm going to put the link down anyway, in case somebody wants to join me. I really kind of insist that somebody join me because it makes for a livelier session. There we go. Tension is always happy to join me.
Hi, Professor.
How you doing, my friend?
I'm good.
Good. How's the C++ treating you?
Yes, learning.
You're learning it?
Yep.
That's good. Jonathan,
Hi there.
how you doing? How are you doing, Jonathan? You trying to set up your camera?
Cause I got a nose camera, so it has a really bad angle.
Uh-huh. All right, you can just use the mic. Talk to me without the camera. If you prefer. Or if your camera is not good. All right, so how are you doing, Jonathan? There you are. How are you doing? Putting on your earbuds. Earbuds coming on. One plug in, the other. There you go. There's your earbud. Now it's set. You hear me fine, Jonathan?
Hi there.
You hear me fine?
Yeah.
Well, you're not. Are you talking into the mic? Because we don't hear you. You got to lift it up.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Perfect.
All right.
You're going to have to hold it when you talk.
Gotcha.
So how's it coming so far, Jonathan?
Doing good.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Staying out of harm's way with that virus.
Yeah, I got plenty of food too, so I'm pretty sad.
All right. So you're doing some C++ programming, right?
Yeah, I sent you an email last week after class because I did not receive the code, and then you said, and I quote, you said, sorry, one
I
sec.
probably don't have your email in the group email. Are you part of the group email?
I don't think I am. I sent you the program. You said I cannot see the output, and then I reply back saying that I did not receive the email with instructions. Could you send it back to me? Thanks. And then, if so, could you please tell me what's the desired output so I can.
Let me find you.
All right.
I'll add you right now. Is this you? Kwang Chu?
Yeah.
Chan Liang?
Yep.
Okay, that's you. I'm updating it right now. I'm putting you in.
Gotcha.
At least I'm trying to. Edit contact. Whoops. Edit contact. Let's see if you're in or not. You are in the email list. You're in it.
Wait, how come I did not receive the email with the assignment last week?
KWONGYEW.CHANLIANG.
Yeah.
I got you. I don't know. Not
Oh.
sure. But let's take attendance and then we'll worry about it later.
Gotcha.
I'm going to go into LaGuardia website. www.l. There we go. LaGuardia. Do I have the attendance set up already? I don't know. Let's just get into it. I have to find the attendance. All right, I'll just, they changed the website around, so I'm not as familiar with it as I was. So let me just do a search for attendance. Okay, log in, web attendance. Mac, this is the Mac 101 3003, is that it? Wednesday, Sunday. All right, let's see. This must be it. Okay, so when I call, you know what? You're going to help me, Jonathan. When I call someone's name, if you see that they're there, or if they say present, then I'll mark them present. Otherwise, I'll mark them absent. Tanbir Ahmed. Do you see him there?
Give me 1 second. Opening YouTube again.
Tanbir, Ahamed. Ask him if Tanbir, if you're there, say present. I'm going to say offline. Afroja Boyan. Afroja. Is she here? Guess not. Arvin, we know, is here. And you're here. All right, so that's good. 2 present, 2 absent. And Howie is here. Tafinkabar Chowdhury. I think I've seen Tafinkabar, right?
I don't know if that's a different guy because it has like a different last name.
I think I saw him. Let me go back to take a look. Tafinkabar, you there? Tafinkabar, right here. You
Oh
see?
yeah, he's there.
Yeah. All right, we go back. Is Faye there, Foxworth? She was here last week. No? Not yet.
Yeah, she's here. She is present.
Okay. Jose Fuentes is no longer attending. Tenjin is here. And is Tanjida Haq? Tanjida Haq, is she here? Tanjida. Guess not. Mehdi, I saw online. Jonathan, I think Javier, Jonathan, is he here? No?
Not yet.
Okay. Yanjia Lee. Yanjia Lee. Guess not.
Ken Lee says present.
Who's present?
Ken Lee. Ken.
Eli. Yeah, I got him. He was. I was about to call him. All right. How about Kevin Munisa?
Present.
How about Reginald Ofori? He was here the first week. Not here?
Not yet.
Okay. Jorge Ortuno. George. No?
No.
Jorge Ortuno. All right. Anthony Otelvero. Anthony here? No?
Nope.
Okay. A lot of people absent. Damir, I saw. Damir is present. Rocky Bowl Saad, S-A-A-D. Is Rakibul Saad here? No?
No.
Is Matt Santana here? He was here first week. Actually last week he was here. Not here? All right. Christina is here. Nagi is here, right? N-A-G-I?
Yeah.
And Zhihang Yao, is he here? Z-H-I and ends in Y-A-O. No?
Not that I can see.
No. Out of 22, we have about half the class only. All right. Let me come back. I'm going to count. Maggie is 1, Jonathan is 2, Howie is 3, Ken is 4. We counted Jonathan, we counted Ken. Kevin is 5. Faye is 6. Faye is 6. Tafinkaba is 7. Damir is 8. Tenjin is 9, and you're 10.
There is
it?
Mehdi, Arvin.
Yeah, I counted him. So it looks like we only have 10 out of 21 present. A little bit on the light side. We have Damir on the camera. Very good. Hey, Damir. How are you?
Good.
So we can
Quarantine.
hear you. That's great. All right. So I gave some homework. I give a little program. Forget already. I told you to make that program your own. Is that it? The one with the pet or your string concatenation? Is that where we left off? I think so. Let me look at the. I'll just look quickly at the emails. All right, Tenjin's homework. He's got it in. Zhen Jing, who's absent. Shi Hang, rather, who's absent, has it. And Tafin Kaba has it. Is this the math one? 888 convert, yeah. Hello World homework. It's got that too. Christina's got her homework. All right, let's take a look at Christina's.
You forgot mine, but I'll take it.
You want me to look at yours first?
No, because you didn't mention mine, so I don't know if you have it or not.
All right. Well, here's Christina's. All right. Look at yours. Gotta find yours. How far back is it?
Right after class, I'll say.
There it is.
Around 5 p.m.
You did it as a ping, right? Took a picture of it. Is this the math homework? Or
That's last week's. I took a screenshot.
you sent me one after that?
Around 5 p.m. right after class. And then you reply with I cannot see output, so I didn't know what you meant.
All right, let me. All right, I don't know why I can't find it. Where is it? Where's the output?
On the black screen, on the console.
Oh, okay.
right next to the-
I didn't understand. Just my fault. All right. So let me go back up. And let's look at Tefin Kaba's.
Also, two students just came up, so if you want to mark them present.
Yeah, let me go into the attendance. Who's here now?
Jorge and Anthony.
Jorge and Anthony. Okay, Jorge Ortuno?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, thank you. Let me turn this in. We have to save it.
Also Jihan Yao.
He's here.
Just say hi.
Okay. There we go. Okay, now let's go back to email and pick a student. I wanted a CPP file, that way I could just run it and see if I can find one with a CPP file. Oh, that was a CPP file. I could just have to download it, right? All right, doesn't matter. This should open up my IDE dev C. Unexpected error. Cannot open file. All right, I don't know what's wrong with it. I'll have to take a look. This is it. Hello world. I don't see any reason why it wouldn't open it. I'll just copy it and paste it. But what did you do that was different? Not that much. Yeah, this is not very interesting. This is pretty much the same. I wanted somebody who did it differently, like using pets or something like that. Changing the dialogue. Take a look at this one again. What's your first name, last name? This is straightforward, the same. The only thing you added was a CUNY ID. All right, I guess, you weren't very imaginative. Could have done a lot more interesting things, but it's fine. I want to proceed with the assignment statement. Now, I did a lot of work on Saturday with my Saturday class on the assignment statement, but I think I'll introduce it with a Bucky video. That way you can see Bucky. Bucky is very good. I have a lot of videos up on YouTube, but not nearly as many as Bucky. So let's take a look at Bucky on how to declare variables. I haven't seen this one myself, at least not recently.
In this tutorial, I'm going to be going over something called variables, because variables are such a huge part of C++. I can't stress this enough. So let's go ahead and tap into our memory banks and try to remember back in like 7th grade when you first started learning about variables. And if you can't remember, let me give you a brief history lesson. Variables are basically just placeholders. That's all they are. So let's go ahead and say we had a variable named x, and we set it equal to bacon. Well then, whenever we would have a sentence like Bucky loves x, we knew that x equals bacon, so this meant Bucky loves bacon. Simple enough? So let me give you guys another quick example. Say x was equal to 7. So then when we had a statement like 5 plus x, we knew that this meant 5 plus 7. Simple enough. So as you can see, a variable is basically just a placeholder. Now, let me go ahead and show you variables in C++. In C++, in order to make variables, you go ahead and first write the type of variable you're going to be working with. Now, I'm going to be going over data types later, but for now, I want to give you guys one data type, and that's int. This stands for integer, and an integer is pretty much like a whole number, like 6, 83, 540. It's a number without a decimal place. So now that you gave C++ the type of data you're going to be working with, you need to go ahead and name your variable. Go ahead and name it anything you want. I'm going to go ahead and name mine tuna. So now it has a type and a name. So now all we have to do is use the equal sign and set it equal to a value. So since this has to be equal to a whole number, let's set it equal to 6. It doesn't matter what whole number you set equal to, but I just like 6. It's easy to type. So now we have the variable tuna, and C++ knows that it's an integer and it's equal to the value of 6. So now what can we do with variables? Well, just like we can print out text on the screen, we can also print out variables just as easy. So if you went ahead and said cout and just go ahead and print it out tuna, we can go ahead and build and run this, and it would print out not the word tuna, but it would print out 6, just like that. So that's pretty cool, and that's the basics of variables and how we can use variables in C++. And actually, in this tutorial, what I was planning on doing is building a simple calculator. Let me go ahead, and I guess I have time for this. Let's go ahead and make 2 variables, and I'll show you guys another cool thing that you can do with C++. Let's go ahead and make int. Make a variable called a, and we'll set it equal to 4. Let's go ahead and make another variable called b, which is of course an integer because that's the only type we know right now. And we'll set this equal to 21 or something. It doesn't matter as long as they're both numbers. Now let's go ahead and make another variable called sum. And this sum is going to be equal to a plus b. So now you can see, aside from, well, let's go ahead and, yeah, that's good enough. So now you can see that aside from just assigning variables numbers just like that, you can also use basic arithmetic to set variables equal to another value as well. So now the value of 25, a plus b, is going to be equal to sum. So now if you go ahead and print out cout sum, and then go ahead and build and run this, check it out. It prints out 25 on the screen. Pretty cool, huh? So again, in this tutorial, I want to show you guys that in order to make variables, go ahead and write the data type, what do you want the name of the variable, or excuse me, what you want the name of the variable to be, and what you want the value of the variable to be. And then, aside from just assigning variables basic values, you can also use basic arithmetic like a plus b, b minus a. You could have done that. Let's see, if you had b minus a, let's go ahead and see what the value of that is. 17. So again, you can go ahead.
I got a question. Did I forget to do share screen?
Other variables.
Yes.
Oh, that's not.
Sum equals 48.
Somebody should have told me that.
7. Again, this isn't really the sum.
All right, so here we go. This is the.
Product, not the.
What did I have in here?
The difference.
That's
There
not
we
right.
go. That's what I'm. There we go.
I thought I was copying the link. Let me copy
You
the link
understand
to
the
it.
basics of variables. That's what I'm trying to stress. So
Send
in the
it
next
to you.
tutorial, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a very basic calculator. And this is the first program we're going to be building that actually interacts with the user. And it's going to be awesome. And you needed to understand variables before I could show that to you guys. So that's why I had to go over this tutorial.
So you only heard him?
Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to
Oh, he's got a beautiful voice. Beautiful voice.
So anyways, thank you guys for watching.
But it's really not what I had in mind. So let me go and share screen. And I'll show you Bucky for real. Sorry about that. Bucky has about quite a few tutorials. They're short, they're sweet, they're to the point, and I like them. That's why I want to show it to you. At least I'll show you the second one. All right, I did a search on assignment statement. Bucky came up with this.
All right, guys, welcome back to your 5th C++ tutorial. And in this tutorial, since we now
Do you
have
see it
knowledge
now?
of variables within C++, let's put that
Yeah.
knowledge to use. So let's go ahead and make
Okay.
3 variables right now. But I'm going to be making them a little bit different than before. So in the last tutorial, we had a variable like a, and you set it equal to a value like 54. Simple enough. But I want to tell you guys that whenever you first create a variable, you have the option of assigning the value then or assigning the value later on, such as a equals 54. This is perfectly fine and you can do it this way. So whenever you first create a variable and you don't assign the value, this is called declaring the variable. Declaring is just another name for creating the variable. So let's go ahead and create 3 variables. And by the way, I'm going to be making a basic computer program where the user enters 2 numbers such as like 2 and 3, and the computer is going to add them together and it's going to give them the answer, which would be 5. So int a, I'm going to have a variable called a, and I'm going to have another variable called b. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be calculating the sum, or in other words, when you add the 2 numbers together, the answer of that, and storing it in a variable called sum. So we don't have any of the values yet, so that's why we can't fill them in. The user is going to be entering the values for us. So the first thing we want to make in this program is just a little prompt on the screen to tell the user to enter a number. And we do that using cout, and we just write enter a number, Haas, and then let's go ahead and write new line. And now we need a way for the user actually to input information from their keyboard. So here's a neat little thing I can tell you. Cout took information from your computer and output it to the screen. But anytime you want to take information from the computer, or excuse me, from the user and give it to the computer, you need to use CIN. So cout basically takes information from the computer and gives it to the user. CIN takes information from the user and gives it to the computer. So if you write CIN, and by the way, if you're taking a test, this is technically called the input stream object. And the little greater than sign is called the stream extraction operator. So, make sure to fill that out on your multiple choice if you're watching this in a C++ class or something. So anyways, you can see that this is different from the cout for 2 reasons. First of all, it's CIN instead of cout, and also your arrows face the opposite way. That's because you're giving information to the computer instead of the computer giving information to you. So now what we can do is we're going to enter a number, and whatever number we're entering, we need to give it a place to store that number. Well, we already have a variable right here, so let's go ahead and use that and use the variable a. So check this out. It's going to allow us to enter a number, and whatever number we enter, it's going to be stored in the variable a. So for example, if we enter the number 3, a is going to be equal to 3. Simple enough. So now that we have that variable taken care of, we basically need to do the same thing again with the other variable b. So cout, we'll say enter another number, and just go ahead and we'll just make a new line to make the program easier to read, and use that CIN again. But now when they enter a number, we want that value to be equal to the variable b. So they're going to enter 2 numbers, one's going to be equal to a, the other is going to be equal to b. So now for the sum, we don't want them to, enter a value for the sum. We want to calculate that ourselves. So in order to do that, just go ahead and write sum equals a plus b. And now what our computer program is going to do is it's going to say, all right, I'm going to grab the value you put in for a, and I'm going to grab the value you put in for b, and I'm going to calculate that, and I'm going to store that in the variable sum. So for example, if you wrote 10 and 15, it's going to say, all right, grab 10, grab 15, calculate the sum of it, which is 25, and store it in a variable called sum. So now the sum is equal to the answer, and all we have to do now is print it out on the screen. So cout, we'll just write the sum of those numbers is it the sum of those numbers are, or sum of those numbers is? I think it's is because it's one sum. And again, anytime you want to add more than one line of text, you could do it like this. You could write a new line and then print this out on another line, but I want to add it on the same line. So I'm going to go ahead and add another insertion operator just like that, and just go ahead and write sum. And then add another one and just go ahead and write end line, just so our program looks nice and neat. So basically, well, let me go ahead and run this, and I'll talk you guys through it after I run it. Our computer program says enter a number, Haas. I'm going to enter 50 and then go ahead and press enter. Once I press enter, 50 is going to be stored in the variable A. It says enter another number. I'm going to enter 32. Then I'm going to press enter, and that 32 is going to be stored in the variable B. Then it's going to make our calculation and print it out on the screen. The sum of those numbers is 82. 50 plus 32 is indeed 82. So remember, what we did is basically this. We made 3 variables that we're going to be using later on. The first thing it said is just basically a prompt. Enter a number. Then we entered 50. It stored 50 in the variable A using cin. Again, cin is a way that the user can give information to the computer program instead of the other way around. So now A is equal to 50. It gave us another prompt, and we typed 32. Now B is equal to 32. So in order to calculate the sum, we took the sum variable and set it equal to the sum of 50 and 32. So now sum holds the value of 82 or 83, whatever I typed in, I can't remember. And then all we did is we printed it out on the screen. And again, we could have wrote 3 different statements for this. 1C out for this, 1C out for this, 1C out for this. But in order to save us some time, we can actually use this operator right here and print everything.
He's doing just addition, I think. I don't know if he goes much further than that. There's only a few minutes left. So what I want you to do in class now is write a program that expands it to not only sum, but also difference, another variable difference, another variable quotient, and another variable multiplicand. So you want to get the difference, the sum, the multiplicand, and the quotient. Well, you can call them whatever you want. S, you can call it a shortening, int S, int Q for quotient, int for difference D, and for multiplicand M, and that's it, right? So I want you to print out all the possibilities, the difference, A minus B, the quotient A divided by B, the multiplicand A times B, and also the mod, A mod B. So one more, mod. So
what is mod?
Yeah, same question.
that's the remainder, your percent sign.
Oh, okay.
Just use the percent sign. So I wish I could cut and paste this, but it's a video, so I can't cut and paste it. So you have to start from the beginning, I suppose, yeah. So you have to start from the beginning. You understand the question, though? We're going further than Bucky. I'll leave this on the screen so you have something to start off with. But I want you to add 4 more variables: sum, multiplicand, quotient, difference, and mod, M-O-D.
Professor, does that mean that we're doing 4 different projects, or we're doing all of this?
One program. I want A minus B, A plus B, A times B, A divided by B, and A mod B.
So just like one after the other in the following lines?
Same program. So in other words, after you print out the sum, compute the difference equal A minus B, and see out the differences, okay?
Okay.
So you got 4, you're just extending this program. You can copy this in and then extend it. I wish I could cut and paste it, but I cannot. So you have to retype it. It's not too many lines. Would have been a good head start, however.
Is that for homework or classwork?
No, this is classwork right now.
Okay.
Oh, I'm taking that off. That's bad. You need that, right? Let me get it back. Okay. All right. So let's see. It's 3:45 now. How long do you think you need? 15 minutes to do this?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. I'll give you 15 minutes, and then I expect to see him in my email by 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. I expect to see it in my email. It's a good little practice program for learning the operators, the integer operators. 15 minutes classwork counts. Remember, even if you don't get it right, show me what you did. So I want to hear from everyone in 15 minutes. If you need more than 15 minutes, that's okay too, but you're going to show me what you got in 15 minutes. So 4 o'clock, you're stopping, and you email me whatever you got. Be right back.
Guys, how do we continue writing? I don't understand. Like just after return 0 or before return 0 or open new int main and then the curvy little brackets. Like how do we? Does anyone understand how to continue the line? He wants it in the same project, so I don't understand like at what point to before
Alright.
it's 0.
Gotcha. I didn't understand too much either. So what I'm trying to do, it's like he said we have to do like a basic calculator. So I'm just like scrapping everything and doing one on my own.
I copied everything that's on the screen, and I don't know commands for. Oh, okay. So for difference, he wants a minus b. So that's practically going to be the only change. So you can literally copy everything that you have. Just copy it and then paste it underneath under that thing, and then just change sum to diff for difference. The third int diff instead of int sum, and then you can just change the second to last row, not sum equals a plus b, but diff equals a minus b. Maybe is that gonna work?
Well, that's the idea, but the thing is, like, he wants a 5 in the same program.
So what if you combine?
Oh, I understand what he wants now. It's like you do everything right, but then you just add like another int called diff. So you put diff equals a minus b, and then you add another int, and you call it like, I don't know, multiplication, and then you put multiplication equals a times b and stuff like that.
But wait, I put 3 minus 3 isn't 3. Diff equals a minus b. That should be. I don't know. This is mad confusing.
So it's like, I understand what he wants now. It's like, he wants you to add another sum, but instead of sum, you call it diff.
Yeah.
And it's a minus b. And then you add another cout to say cout. The diff of those numbers is, and then do the same but for multiplication and then division.
Oh, okay. I missed the thing. Diff in the last. Okay, so wait. Okay, I see it. And now you can paste the same thing at the end. Again, maybe. I don't think it's mob. I think it's mod. And it's the percent sign. I have no clue what that is. Is that like the difference?
Me neither. I thought it was like the remainder division, like the one used the percent command.
I love how we need to know these commands that pop out of nowhere with no instruction where to learn them or what they are. That's good.
But I say, if I didn't read the book, I'll be clueless.
Yep. That's what we're doing, Professor. So I got all of the four. I got sum, I got difference, division, and multiplication. And the only thing is, if in division, if you try to divide, for example, 2 divided by 6, 2 in the numerator, 6 in the denominator, it displays a 0. What was how did we do the whole? Was it the float thing, or was it double to actually display like the decimal value? Do you guys remember how to do that?
I think you need to change it to float.
So instead of int, just put in float.
Yeah.
For the division. Okay, good. Let's try that.
Knock on the door. I got the water.
Nope.
Yeah, all right, so go over it. Send me the email. Stop working, send the email. I want to see how far you got, even if it was just what he has. Send me email. Everybody. I don't know what Professor Omar went over, but I mean, I thought you have seen this before.
Nope.
Okay.
Parts of it.
All right, so we'll go over it. Just send me whatever you got. I apologize if you felt lost, but sometimes feeling lost is the best way to learn. Let's see what's going on.
I don't know what exactly to send.
Everybody send me what you got. So far, I only have a few. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to go over it till I get everybody's. Just send me what you got. If you have nothing, send me an email, say, I didn't do a thing. Because I was confused and I didn't know how to type what I didn't know how to copy what was on YouTube. Bad at copying. If you did nothing, just tell me I did nothing. Send me in an email.
We're sending to ReadyBit, yes?
Rediv IT, yes.
Ready, okay.
Again, I don't care if it's nothing. I mean, I do care, but if that's what you did, I want to know that you did nothing. You might want to tell me why you did nothing. I was confused. I didn't know how to start my compile. I didn't know how to open an IDE. I don't know. I don't have an IDE. I don't have a computer. I'm just driving while I'm watching, and I'm on my telephone, and I'm going to get killed because I'm looking at the road and the phone at the same time. Whatever the story is. See, it's interesting remote work because you could be anywhere. You could be in the park, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you have a laptop and a nice day, you're in the park, and you have an ability to work, then that's great. All right, I'm gonna start opening up some of these. A little bit. So far, I only got from 4 people. I don't want to grade this classwork as punishment, but next time, if I don't see at least an email, I will be punitive, because like I said, I want to see work. Even if it's not correct work, I want to see an attempt. And you can complain to me, that's okay too. You can complain and say, I have no idea how to do it because you didn't teach me how to do it. If that's your explanation, be mad at me, that's fine. A lot of people are mad at me at one time or another.
Professor, I have a question. I don't know which files to attach. I'm trying to attach project one as an.
You just do the CPP file for now. And you want to cut and paste and put the code in the email, it's even better.
Oh, so just like copy paste the entire thing?
Yeah, plus attach the CPP file.
Oh, wait, I don't do this every day. Sorry, it's taking a second.
The CPP file, attach that, and then cut and paste the code. So far I have from 5 people. We're getting there. I think there's 12 people here today. I mean, 7 people made no attempt. I just wanted to complain. I closed the operation by accident. I didn't save it, so this is all I got. Howie, I believe you. Anyone else I might not believe, but Howie, I believe. All right, let's take a look arbitrarily at, not arbitrarily, but I'll go from the first one. That would be Jonathan. Look at yours first. Calculator app. All right, so this is the code. I don't want to have else's and ifs. No else's, no ifs. So that's not appropriate, not what I'm looking for. Let's see this next one. But you know, that's fine. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. But I'm not looking for that. This looks like more like what I'm looking for. Seeing num1, num2. The sum is num1 plus num2, and then print it out. The multiplication is num1 star num2, print it out. Divide is sum1 divided by sum2, print it out. And the subtraction is num1 minus num2, print it out. The mod is num1 mod num2, print it out. See out, now join the dark side. I like everything except the last see out. How about changing that see out to may the force be with you? How's that? Instead of now join the downside. There is a CPP file attached, so let's see what happens if I download this. This is very good. This is perfect. And you call everything main. This opened up no problem. This is perfect. Exactly what I had in mind. Not using the correct language. Multiplican, not multiply. Quotient, not divide. Difference, not subtract. Mod is correct. So the only thing I criticize is the grammar, the English. But the coding is fine. Beautiful coding. And I like the comment. Very nice comment. Very nice comment. Very nice. I would put the date and my name. I would put the author. I would add the author and the date. Author, your name, and somewhere I would put the date. Date. And today is, I'll put today's date, 3/30. Is that today? Yep, 3:30. All right. It's very good. The name of the program is, let's change that name. Let's do a file save as, just to change that name. I don't like that name. Let's call it calculator, right? It's in documents. It's called IT class, I believe. Right? IT class, I called it. I think I called it that. Yeah, IT class. You're the IT class. Let's change that name to calculator 1, in case we want to do a calculator 2. And that looks like calculus 1. That's interesting. How many of you are in calculus 1? Probably a bunch of you. That must be difficult online, calculus. If this is difficult, calculus must be hellish online. Okay. Oh, this is good coding. Very nice. I like the spacing. It's neat. Very, very good. Very good. Let's compile it. So the results of the compile are 0 errors, which is good. And you can see that here. No errors, right? And let's run it. Oh, my fault. No, it may not print the results. Yeah, it's going to print some of them, but what happened is I forgot to do system pause. On my compiler, I need it. But we should get the black box pop up. Maybe it's hiding. Oh, there we go. Takes a very long time. Okay, so now I have to input the first number. Let A be 24, right? How's that? And then it says you enter the second number. So the second number, I'm going to do subtraction, division. Should I make everything come out even? All right, I'll make everything come out even. I'll try 8. 24 and 8, right? Oh, yeah, I can't see it because I don't have system pause, right? Yeah, so it just closed down. Okay.
What is system pause, Professor?
On my compiler, it's an old version of CDEV. And for that, if you don't write system pause, it just blinks the results so quick and then it disappears. So I just have to add this. You shouldn't have to, but unfortunately I have to. Quote P-A-U-S-E, quote, semicolon. System, small s, capital, all right, everything looks good now. But now I have to recompile. Hopefully this will work.
Since you have 4 different operations happening in this one program, don't you have to paste it after every end
No,
L
you
line?
don't need system pause till the very end. It's just that we can't see anything because it's so fast. You know what I mean? I would think. I'm not sure. That's a good question. I'm not sure. But you don't need system pause more than once.
Okay.
Let's put in 24 and 8. All right, now we got all the answers, but it's hard to see. Let me do Control A. What happened? That wasn't good. Let me go find, where is it? Where'd it go? Where'd that little black thing go? It's hiding. It's hiding. Uh-oh. Where's it hiding? I don't know where it went. This it? I think I closed it. I got to do it again.
If you press Alt plus Tab, it's going to open all of the windows for you, so you can maybe find it that way.
Yeah, what's the best way to do it again?
Alt and Tab together, and then it's going to pop up all of the windows that you have. Or that way.
I couldn't find it. I don't know what it's called, that window. All right, so 24 and 8, I'll try again. What I wanted to do is Control A and then just Control A, select it. Select all. So we could see it a little better, right? Not much. I guess I could copy it. Control C. Oh, when I copied it, did it select all? Control C. Oh, I'm copying. I got my cursor in the wrong place. Control select all. Maybe up here. No. I'm trying to copy this and make it bigger, but I'm not having very good success. Select all, Control C. Maybe it worked. Let's put it into Notepad. I'll just put it in down here because I was doing that on Saturday with my other class. That looks good, much more readable, right? So 24 is the first number, 8 is the second, the sum is 32. The product is 192. You should say the product, not the multiplicand. The multiplicand is the second number you're multiplying by. So I meant to say the product, and the quotient is 3, and the numbers subtracted are the difference is 16, and the mod is 8. 8 goes into 24. The mod is 0. 8 goes into 24 evenly, so the remainder is 0. Now join the dark side. Press any key to continue. I don't like that dark side. Why did you have to add that? We got to say something more happy than that. Happier than the dark side. Well, we should say something like, "May the force be with you." Yeah. May the force be with you. You don't want to ruin it just by saying that join the dark side. Let's see what happens if I pick numbers that aren't as nice, especially for the mod operator and the quotient. Also, let me change these words. The numbers subtracted is, instead of saying that, the difference is, right? Doesn't that sound better? The difference is, I mean, how the English is important. The mod of those numbers sounds strange. Yes, the mod is, and the quotient is. I know I'm being very picky. And the product is, I'll use these names that you have. I'm not going to change your internal data names, although they're not great either. For self-documentation, they're not perfect, but it's good enough. When you change something, you're supposed to save it and compile it again. I think you can do it all in one step in Dev C, I hope. Let's see what this says. Compile and run. The question is, does it save it? I'm not sure. I will see. I believe it saves it. Instead of 24 and 8, I'm going to do 24 and 7. Which doesn't go evenly. 7 goes into 24 three times, remainder 3, right? So let's see what we get. as our answer. 24 and 7. Control, maybe just select all again. And Control C, and I'll stick it into Notepad. Control V. Okay, so what happens? You get 31 for the sum, 168 for the product. The quotient is 3. Did you expect that? Because it's really not 3. 3 times 7 is 21, right? It's 3 point something or other. But you truncate because it's integer division. Yeah, do you see what I'm saying?
That's what I asked about the float or the double. Like, at what point do we put?
That's right. The only way you get to see the decimal is if you did it double. And the difference is 17, or it's float for that matter. The difference is 17, and mod is 3 instead of 0. That's correct. So because 24 divided by 7 goes 3 times remainder 3. Perfect. All right, so this is an interesting problem. I like it. You could do something similar called a greedy algorithm called change for $1. So that's what I want you to do now. Any questions on this? All right, and you want me to send you this, or I could just forward? You know what? I could forward Takada's email. Well, you know what? You can always review this video if you need to look at this again instead of my sending it to you. Better yet, or you should have it. You should have fixed it by now in your own computer. So what I want you to do now is change for $1. Write a program that'll compute change for $1. We'll do it as a comment. All you really need is mod and division slash to compute it. It's a catch. Using fewest number of coins. So if you buy a piece of bubble gum and it costs 33 cents, you get 67 cents back. But yeah, I don't want the answer to print out 67 pennies. I want it to print out 2 quarters, 1 dime, 1 nickel, 2 pennies. Got it? Not sure you got it.
No, not at all.
Okay, buy something for 29 cents. How much is the change from $1?
71.
Okay, how would you expect to get it back? 71 pennies?
Nope.
What
The
would you
fewest coins. Yeah. Okay, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah. So now the job of this program is to compute it without using an if statement. It's called a greedy algorithm. And I want you to look in Wikipedia for what is the meaning of a greedy algorithm. And this is another do it now. What time is it now? 4:26. So you got till the end of the 2 hours. Got to finish this by 10 to 5, 20 minutes to do it. If you look in the internet, you can cheat I mean, not cheat, but the answer's all over the place. It's a well-known problem, but I suggest you try it on your own. So you might start by saying int price of item, int quarters, int dimes, int nickels, int pennies. That'll be the change. How many of each? Something like that. Right? Don't forget, if you say int price of item, you got to subtract that from 100. So if the price of item is 33, your change is 67. So you might have, let me start it. I'm going to start it. So I just put down some price of item, I'll write PR. And change, I'll write CH. And number of quarters, I'll write Q. Number of dimes, I'll write D. Nickels, pennies. So those are all the variables you need. If you think you need any others, add them. You begin with, see out, enter the price of the bubble gum, or whatever you're buying, of the item. It must be under $1. You could write that. I also have a video that you could find on under a different channel that has this program. But try to do it on your own. I will give you 20 minutes. It's 4:29, 10 to 5. Consider this like a practice test. There are no tests. So, you know, I don't know what to say. The grade is going to be an attempt. If I get something that looks like a good attempt, that's all I care about. That's a 10 for classwork. No attempt, like some of you did earlier, that's a 0. So you're either getting a 10 or a 0. All you have to do is an attempt for a 10. Don't do anything, it's a 0. Is that fair? 10 or 0? I want to know if that's fair before I leave. I'm going to leave you alone with this. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
I guess it is.
10 or 0, no in between. So even if it's wrong, if it shows effort, it's good. Got it? All right. And you can look at Wikipedia. You could look at my program even as a last resort, if you can find it. I don't know if you can find it. It might be harder to find my program than to do it. Maybe the last 10 minutes, I'll show it to you. I'll show you the video I made on change for $1. But for now, try it on your own.
you would get a single 5-cent coin, 2 players. So let's say you were asked the following question. You were given coins of different denominations and a total amount of money. Write a function to compute the number of combinations that make up that amount.
Your mic is on.
You would be given 2 parameters as well.
So do you guys have any idea how to do it?
I'm watching a video right now. It's a 17-minute video. C program greedy algorithm efficient making change.
Ah, okay.
It's on YouTube. I'm following every step.
All right, thank you.
He's creating sets and stuff. I have no idea.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Oh well.
Okay, you keep working for 10 more minutes. I'm going to go into my YouTube and find my video on this problem. In 10 minutes, I'm going to ask you for the 7 minutes, I'm going to ask you to email me whatever you got. How's it coming? Some of you more or less have it?
I'm watching a video on YouTube and I'm trying to understand what needs to be
I'm
done.
far from it.
Yeah, there's new
Okay,
terms like
good.
void and sets.
There's none better than my video. I'm just kidding. I'm sure there are better, but mine is pretty good. I'm going to look for it. But I want you to, code something. If you didn't code anything and all you did was watch your video, then write that. I want to know what you did. And I want to know what video you watched, if you did watch one. So we're still in screen share. Are we still in screen?
I'm sorry.
What?
You can still see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I find my video, you'll be able to see it, right? Looking for my video. I don't know what's going on. It's just so slow.
All right, guys, welcome back to
I'm back with this.
tutorial. And in this tutorial,
That didn't work. Oh, I know. I got to go into this browser. I'm afraid this might cut me off. I don't know. I don't think it will. Maybe I can switch accounts. Switch accounts. Switch. I'm in the right account now. Dr. J, yeah. All right, so then let me stop Bucky and go into, come on, it's bothering me. It's too slow. I can't seem to do it.
all right, guys, welcome back to your 5th C++
Bucky.
tutorial. And in this tutorial,
I don't want Dr. J.
so let's go ahead and make 3 variables right now. But I'm going to be making them a little bit different than before.
I can't stop Bucky from talking. YouTube Studio. Wow, is it slow? So I only had 10 people come. Nobody came late. 12 people. 2 people came late. Yeah. All right. So I might be able to figure this out. Let's go to Classic. Legacy Classic. For homework, I want you to compute the roots of a quadratic equation. That'll be your homework. And you can, if the discriminant is 0, b squared minus 4ac equals 0, you don't have to give me the imaginary roots. You can just say 2 imaginary roots in that case. You can, but that you need the if statement for. So maybe it's not a good idea. Let me think about it. Did you learn the if statement with Professor Omar yet?
I don't think we did.
You did not. Well, I'm thinking that he probably will teach it on Wednesday. So if he teaches it on Wednesday, then my homework should be doable. If he doesn't, then it won't be doable. So maybe I'll modify it so that no matter what, you'll be able to give me something. All right, so video manager. I'm gonna give you a link to my video that has the solution. I think I have 2 videos with change for $1, one better than the other. Now, I think I have to go oldest to newest because mine I did a long time ago. How do I go oldest to newest? They don't have an oldest. That's weird. They have a newest, but they don't have an oldest. That is weird. So how do I, there must be a way. Search videos. All right, let me just look for C++ or change for $1. That looks good, right? Coin change 2. A lot of people viewed these videos apparently, and I never advertised them. So just like you did a change for $1, somebody must have typed in coin change and viewed the video. So
Coin
let's take a look at, everyone send me what you got before I go over this. Send me what you got now.
I'm lost, Professor. I didn't get anything.
Tell me you didn't get anything and tell me what you did do.
Oh, okay.
Or
I'll send you what I did.
give me an explanation of what you did do or what you tried.
Okay.
The network has to be prepared to absorb whatever is going to come its way.
We're off.
I gotta get past
Oh,
the
Make sure the
ads,
network is
damn
working
ads.
all the time.
We are constantly looking at it. We're constantly monitoring.
Hi, everyone. It's Dr. J again. We're looking at the same program we did yesterday. I must have stopped it. Getting change for $1 coin change program. And we want to streamline it a little bit. Claudia's here today to help me. Say hi to everyone. Okay, so that's Claudia. What we're going to do is remove, not remove, but change these variables Q, D, and N so that they're constants now that represent the value of a quarter. So Q would be equal to 25, and D would be equal to what, Claudia?
10.
And finally?
N equals 5.
Okay.
What about pennies?
We don't need the pennies because the pennies just come out with the wash, so to speak. So everything is going to be the same more or less, except the first change is line 21, where we say Q equal change divided by 25. Instead, we're going to output directly the number of quarters in the chain. I'm trying to say maybe we should do an output first. Trying to write an economical program. Total. So let's add one C out. I know we're supposed to take away lines, and here I am adding a line. The total change for $1 is, and let's put down CH, and end. Okay, so total change $1, and now let's show. So I'm going to stop this for a minute. Getting it? What do we have here? We have, just like in the setup I gave you, we have a price, I called it amount, and the change, correct? Same. Now I made constants with the value 25, 10, and 5, and you'll see why in a minute. And okay, so far it's straightforward enough. I compute the change and I write what it is, right? Now I'm dividing by 25, but instead of dividing by 25, I'm going to output change change, well, let's see. No, let the program. You know what? I think I should have done the other one first. Then you'll see the improved version. You'll be able to appreciate it better. So I'm going to go back and play that one. Notice they were 1 day apart in class. That's from the good old days when we had a class 1 day after another.
F E E free.
That's right.
Hi, this is Dr. J again. I'm here with Nehal, and we're going to do a greedy algorithm using nothing more than the div operator and the mod operator. So this greedy algorithm is called change back for $1. So let's type that in. Change back from $1. So somebody gives you $1, you have to make change, and you want to optimize the so that you give back the fewest coins. You give back the fewest coins. This is called a greedy algorithm that we're going to be doing. The technique used is called a greedy algorithm. It's exactly 3 years ago, huh? And what's really great about this algorithm is it's sophisticated, yet all we need is an assignment statement in order to do the calculations together with, of course, cout. So we included IOString, we're using namespace standard, and we could end with return 0, which is pretty standard. So we'll end with that to show that everything's cool and everything's good in the world and all of that. So what's the first thing you should do, Nehal?
We use double for this.
You declare variables. Okay, so let's call it int, the amount spent, and the change. How's that?
Yeah.
Amount spent and the change. Okay.
Wouldn't it be better to use double here?
Oh, no, because we're going to use the mod operator. So we're staying with pennies. You know, we don't need to go into cents, into dollars and cents. We're not doing. So it's just pennies.
Oh, so everything is in pennies.
Yeah. So we don't need. All right. So now let's ask the user to how much should the item cost? How much is the item being that you are buying? And hopefully it's under $1. That's what prerequisite here. And end one. I should say it must be under $1. How's that? It must be under $1. And now we should read it in, right? So what are we reading in? The amount or the change?
Amount.
Yeah, the amount of the item. And now the change is simple enough. The assignment operator, change equals 100, which is 100 pennies. Take away the amount. And we're assuming that the amount is under $1. But it's less than $1. Okay. All right. So we have quarters, and we have nickels and dimes and pennies. Those are the possibilities. We could, if you like, introduce variables and with the Q, D, N, and P. That's one way to go about it. So we can introduce that up on top. And number of quarters, number of dimes, number of nickels, number of pennies. Okay. So the first thing we would test is, are there going to be any quarters, right? So let's do the number of quarters is equal to what?
25.
Well, it's equal to the change divided by 25, right? The change divided by 25. So if the change is less than 25, the number of quarters will be 0. So let's just say no. If change is less than 25, then no quarters are returned. Right. And now let's look at the remainder of dividing the change by 25. And that will be the rest of the change that we have to give. So change equal change divided by 25, right? So this is the new change, the change that's left to make. How should we write this? What's a good comment? The rest of the change? The rest of the change, something like that. I think that's clear. And now we do the same thing for dimes and then nickels. Yeah. So what's the next line in your estimation?
Equals CH divided by 10.
Okay. And what would you then do?
CH equal CH divided by 10.
Okay. And then once we're done with dimes, we look for the nickels, right? Ahead.
M equals CH divided by 1. Oh, sorry, equals 5. Sorry. CH divided by 5.
All right. Go ahead.
CH equals CH divided by 5.
Mod. We've been not using mod.
No.
Oh, then we have to fix that. Okay, no problem. Minor. I'm going to make a folder called C++ and put all my playlists and put all my C++ videos in there. That'll be easy for you to view it. So the new change, pennies equals whatever the change is. Pennies equal. I gave you the link. Homework is interesting. What do I want you to do? Okay. Compute. Write a program. Maybe I'm better off with an email on this homework. What do you think?
Have you considered using
Okay.
Blackboard as well? So we can have all our schoolwork.
I could post on Blackboard. Is that better than an email?
I
I
believe
don't
that
think
would
it's
be.
better. Well,
I don't
what's wrong with an email? I don't know. I could
It's
do
just the
either
simplicity.
way.
Everything at the same spot. That's literally all it is.
What do you mean everything at in the same spot?
Like depositing for both you and Professor Omar, like both of y'all homeworks in the same spot, and to access just like one place to see all of the homework that we have.
I like the emails because I like to respond.
You do you, Professor Lin.
Yeah, I like to respond. I mean, sometimes I don't, but I like to take a look and be able to respond. I mean, I got a lot of students, but I'm going to try to get around to every email and try to respond. One other thing I want everyone to Skype me one-on-one so we can just get to know each other a little bit. Can we do that? Skype, my Skype address is Jerk Chess. Let me put that down. Maybe a part of the email. Maybe everyone's on my email list, right? So I'm going to do 2 IT class. I looked at Blackboard. I use it for the announcements, but I don't think it's really that great from what I could see. Collaborator is not so wonderful. People are having trouble with it. So if I don't use this, I would use Zoom. I'm tempted to use Zoom. You guys, what do you think is Zoom as opposed to this? Any feeling?
I mean, it worked pretty well with Professor Omar last time on what was it, Wednesday?
I could use Zoom or I could use this. The only advantage of this is it streams live on YouTube and I don't have to render it. Other than that, I think they're about the same. The other advantage maybe is I could see you, right, with Zoom, or only if you have a camera. How does it work with Zoom? Can I see everybody?
Yeah, it works the same way.
Same way. All right, subject, homework, and Skype address. Skype address. I gave you the link, right, that you got? Let me see if I still have it. Change for $1. Change for $1. That's the link to that. Jerk Chess is my Skype address. How about instead of giving appointments, you just try me? Try me, that's it. If I'm available, I'll take it. If not, I'll leave a message try to make an appointment, right? To talk. I want to see everybody on Skype. It's sooner as opposed to later. See what's going on with you guys. Homework. I don't know. Write a program. Are we still screen sharing?
Yes.
Good. Print. That's it. That'll be the homework. Just give me the discriminant. You know what that is? If not, look it up. All right, this is an interesting day. every time we do this, we gain more experience on what works and what doesn't work with this online stuff. And I think getting you to do things is very good, even if you don't succeed. Sometimes you will succeed. The more things I have you doing, I think the better you'll get at it, hopefully. And using the internet, you come up with some interesting solutions that you cut and paste occasionally. That's not really helpful because, like, someone gave me a solution with functions and advanced stuff in it, arrays, functions, for exchange for $1 when it's not necessary. All right, so that's it for today. Any questions before I go? Questions, suggestions? Don't forget to Skype me sometime before the next class. I'm willing to talk to all of you. In fact, I look forward to it. Question?
About homework, the discriminant, is that what's inside the square root, like b squared minus 4ac? Oh, okay.
Pretty simple homework, right? Pretty simple homework. So you're inputting A, B, and C, the coefficients of the quadratic equation, and you're computing the discriminant. And then you can write a little message. I don't want you to use the if statement, though. All right. You know what? If Omar teaches it on Wednesday, go ahead and tell me how many roots there are. How many real roots, imaginary roots, or one, there's either one root, 2 real roots, or 2 imaginary. If Omar uses the if statement and you understand it, then you could do that. Print a message, 2 real roots, 2 imaginary roots, is 1 real root. That's it. That's optional. Any other questions? Mehdi, I think I answered the question. Right? Tafin Kaba said, may the force be with you, much better. He didn't give you homework on Wednesday. He's a good guy. He's not mean like me. We're good friends, by the way. We publish together and so on. So we should consult a little bit more. So I apologize if we're not, but we will. I thought he did a little bit more than he did with you, and he probably thought I did something. So I'm going to talk to him on a regular basis from now on, so that we're more in sync. More questions? No more? Done? See you on Skype.
Bye.
Ciao.
All right, take care.
Take care.